to go to the bathroom, I suggest they do it now because I tend to waffle on a lot. If any of you that know me will attest it. I had a really elaborate this whole speech lined up. I was going to pretend to start it in Spanish and then letting on that, oh, they don't speak Spanish, we're going to do it in English. Anyway, I wasn't too confident on its pronunciation, so I chickened out and we're just going to go straight into the English bit, alright? Okay, well, you know yourselves that the best man speech, there's generally a format that you need to follow, and it's customary for the best man to begin by saying how beautiful the bride looks. Now you all know as well as I do, a lot of the time that's not true. The best man needs to lie to a scene, go, yeah, you look lovely. Thankfully today, Emma has made my job very easy because I think we'll all agree that she looks magnificent. Perhaps she looks a little bit too good, because when I look down at Joey, there's a bit of a mismatch there. No, look, I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. I think it's blatantly obvious to us all that he is punching well above his weight. But he's kept her locked in for this long, so obviously he's doing something right. You know, it's been a long time since what? I can't work with this. I'm a professional. You know what I mean? I need high-tech equipment. Okay, I think we're good to go. Yeah, well basically, look, it's a long time since Emma and Joey first met, but they've been together this long, so obviously they work well. Speaking of time, I'm cognizant into the fact that, you know, everyone wants to get the party started. They don't want to listen to me waffling on for too long, so I can see Robbie Baker is itching to bust a move. He has that look in his eye, he's holding his leg down. So look, I'll keep this short, sharp and focused like John's speech over there, which was very, you know, poignant and to the point. So, you know, as I said, I'll be brief. So I'm going to take us all back to 1987. That was the first time my retinas were burned by the crimson brilliance that's Joey's hair. Yeah, I remember it well, quite vividly, a bit vivid like his hair. It was like quite a mild evening, mile afternoon, Walnut Close. All the kids off the road, the Duns, the Bakers, the Shadlows were all out playing. All the usual games, you know, with stuff like kick the can, rounders, hopscotch, bait Fagan, bash a Fagan, chase Fagan into his house, chase Fagan with a sticky dart gun until he runs out under a car, all the usual stuff. So we're on the road and, you know, it was a really nice afternoon and we heard this ominous sound. It was like a real low rumbling and everyone was like, what the fuck is that, you know? So Declan Dunn, who had been giving me a wedgie at the time, he turned to see, you know, where this noise was coming from. All of a sudden we seen this, like, I can only describe it as a custard yellow coloured high ace. It trundled around the corner and it lurched to a stop outside number 79, which had been vacant for some time. At first we thought it was like the travellers that used to come around begging at the door, or a penny for the babby, but what happened next was quite scary. The biggest, burliest man that any of us in our short lives had ever seen emerged from the driver's seat. That was Joseph Bonney Sr. He lurched to the back door of the van and with his massive hands unleashed what can only be described as a really scary sight. We had not 1, 2 or 3, but 4 hungry and hyperactive Bonnie kids who'd been locked in the back of the van since Kildare Road. You know, so you can imagine. You know, Joey came out first, and to me, who'd been the butt of all jokes on the coast, it was a godsend. He had red hair. He was in like a scruffy snorkel jacket. At first I thought he was real sallow. I was like, oh, that kid has a good tan. It was only when I got closer I realised that actually he just had so many freckles that were so tightly together. He wasn't suntanned at all. So, you know, imagine my delight. I was like, oh man, I'm after getting stains off the big boys for a long time. Here's this fucking freak. You know, he's destined to be the butt of all jokes from now on. Unfortunately, Wayne emerged from the van next. I was like, shit, he's got a big brother. And Wayne, by the way, at this time looked a lot scarier and more streetwise than most of the fellas on the road, so I kind of instantly knew where he was. That's that one out the window. As freakish as he is, lisp and all. Oh, I forgot to say about the lisp. Man, I don't know how many of you know Joey from a young age, but when he moved on to Walnut Close, man, he had this lisp. Like, I'm not just talking about, you know, a cute little linger on the S's or a tag. No, this was a big slobbering saliva special of a lisp. Oh my God, what are you looking at? But even despite all these flaws, he didn't take my place as the local whipping boy, and we became very good friends. There was only like a couple of months between us. Joey's birthday is in May, Leon is in March, and you know, we were destined just from that very early age to be really close friends. We would have been in school all the way up, but I should have mentioned this. Joey was kept back in senior infantry. I don't know how many of you will remember senior infantry, but basically you spend your day drawing pictures with crayons and playing with toys. So like, what the teachers saw back then that would lead them to believe that this kid's not advanced enough yet for first class. You know what I mean? Now unless he spent 3 months trying to get a square peg into a round hole or something, I don't know. But yeah, me guys, so back then, from 1987, we were very close friends. We played on the same football team, we hung around on the road, we done all this stuff that, you know, youngsters do, mischief and misadventure, kick the can, knick-knack, robbing hubcaps, yeah, you know, like baiting the poshies up the top of the road, getting up. Hello? Yeah. So baiting the poshies up the top of the road, all the bold stuff that little youngsters do. You know, I am picking myself up here, I was quite a windy kid. So when I include myself in that list of misadventures, I was generally hiding around the corner and then coming over after that going, yeah, that was mad, wasn't it? But, you know, like, that's the way it was from 1987 up until the mid-90s. I forget the exact date. I think I may have tried to black it out of my memory. That was the first day that I ever seen Emma Flynn. Now, all I saw was another scanger, not green St. Paul's uniform, all cigarettes and spitting and but my best friend here, he's seen something different. I don't know what it was. You know, people talking about love at first sight, maybe that was it. Maybe his balls dropped, or he sprouted his first little ginger pube. I don't know. But all of a sudden things changed. There was no more, you know, games and fun and building bases and something like that. It was all about, yeah, sit on walls now, not sit on the phone with memory, you know what I mean? Which was a little disconcerting for me because I was still quite immature and I just wanted to have a laugh. But Joey decided that now was the time to start putting Brill cream in that Brillo pad of stubby clogged hair. I think the sales of Lynx Africa went through the roof. I swear to God he was bathing in the stuff before he came out and the clothes were... And it was just really surprising to see. But even back then, anyone who's known Emma and Joey has got